What's up, Martians of Chaos? This is your Kid Rose Chaos Gaming Gamer. I'm back after my little long hiatus. Got my mental health back. Been hitting the therapy grind just as well as I did the gym, so I'm back to normal. My head space is back to normal, and I'm here to bring you some good ass content, both gaming and regular stuff and topics, gaming stuff, topics, and everything else. Now let's get back to it. Because now I'm actually at the end. I've finished the playthrough of Rebirth. Of course, I'm going back to level up all the rest of my stats so I can do the level 70 challenge that I want to do. Because I want to actually, you know what? I actually kind of want to go ahead and try Platinum Rebirth. Because, I mean, as much of a big Final Fantasy fan I am, especially of 7, I think it'd be due justice just for me to reap just the platinum. So I'm gonna get all the dates, everything. Eventually, I'm gonna play on hard mode and everything. So, you know, that's why I'm back to replaying it again, which is very fun. You know, and I got some stuff I missed out on in my original playthrough. I finally get to sit down and enjoy the game, and I like everything I'm seeing right now. I still don't think it deserves the hate it gets. You know. Still confused by the ending with Aerith, which I'm going to just say that right now. I'm not going to spoil that for anybody else. Even though this video might spoil everything else. Because we're going to be talking about predictions of Part 3 of the remake. The last part of the remake trilogy. And any subsequent projects that's connected to Part 3. That might come out before or after Part 3. We don't know, but it's just there is a huge thing going on with how Avid Children was in the theater. So this is definitely taking some compilation roots. We already know for sure Sid and Vincent's are going to be playable. They're going to have their movesets. Of course, Vincent will start with his first Galleon Beast. But if the game is going to be a little longer, then we're going to have all 4 limit breaks for both Vincent and Sid as well. Plus team attacks for Vincent and Sid. I can see Cloud and Vincent do a special team attack where it is like a different versions of Barrett and Clouds with the Relentless Pain or whatever you call it, or Partners in Pain. So yeah, we're going to definitely get Vincent, and Vincent's going to be playing a huge role, and his story is going to come out. Like, I think we're going to go to Lucretia Cave, find out about Sephiroth and everything. I think it'll be just Vincent that faces Hojo this time. Because if they're changing stuff, I'm pretty sure they're going to change that around too. Which I'm for that. Or if they want to do Rebirth DLC, they could have it where they go back to Midgar and fight all the Shinra employees to start off Part 3. And have it where Vincent and Sid go up to fight Hojo. So, and then, because we're going to go back to Midgar anyways. If it's not DLC, it's definitely going to be in Part 3. We're going to go back to Midgar right after the Northern Crater the first time. That is everything. I think costumes, I think they're going to implement costumes. Hopefully they implement the Advent Children's costume as a change in costume in Part 3. Because I'd like to be able to play with the Advent Children's skin with the Buster Sword. I think that's the best combination in my opinion. You know. That's why I'm right now wearing the infantry outfit right there, because the next thing that's going to be very important, as another prediction, is Zack's going to come to our timeline completely and be a party member. In fact, after Vincent and Sid, he will be a permanent party member too. And if Part 3 is going to be longer than Rebirth, here's the thing, people say that it's not possible for Part 3 to come out. They've already completed Part 3. They needed Rebirth to come out first because the maps that they made, the new maps, exclusively to Rebirth, that's what took the longest. Because they're going to integrate both the Rebirth maps and Remake maps. So you get to go back to old Midgar and also anything in Rebirth. Well, also with the new locations like Rocket Town, Wutai, Lucretia's Cave, so on and so on, Midel. Also, this will also bring about Sethros Plan. We're gonna finally know why Sephiroth is changing the timelines and trying to forcefully, either combine or destroy the timelines. or try to save us from something else, or maybe the influence of the gods. But either way, we're gonna find out why Sephiroth's doing what he's doing, and we're gonna. It's probably gonna be like another Kais. It's probably gonna be like, oh, is it really worth it? So many countless dead, so many timelines ruined and destroyed. Because this version of Sephiroth's just like Caius in Final Fantasy 13 too. But we're gonna find out in Part 3. Next thing I want to say, Durcus Cerberus Redemption. Look at the Calm map right here, playing as Cloud right here. And look how beautiful Calm is. And it's the first place you are in Durcus Cerberus. And since they want to show off Vincent's gameplay, I think Durcus Cerberus Redemption will come out first. But the most important thing is the Wutai War. The Wutai War, I think, is the most important thing to come out in Part 3. Besides the Northern Cave and all that stuff, another Sephiroth comes back from the Black Material. They might rechange it. But I think Wutai's going to change. Wutai's going to be just as big as Midgar, or even bigger. It's going to have different sections to it, especially with the integration of the Wutai government that Glenn created. Like, they changed a lot in this. So, I think it's, excuse me, allergies. But anyways, go buy Zyrtec. But anyways, Wutai is going to be a huge thing. And I don't think we're going to be able to go back to Fort Tamlin and stuff like that. Now, if Zack's in the party by this chapter, everything's going to be very awkward since Zack, well, made mincemeat of some of the comrades of Wutai. Not to mention, I think Yuffie would still have pretty bad feelings towards Zack. Because Zack went in there with Angeal and that platoon invaded Fort Tamlin. So this will also go into Glenn's plans. Of course, we all know this Glenn is Sephiroth, but I think this version, I think we're gonna know about Glenn and his defection from Shenmue to Wutai, and then we're also gonna see Saruf. Now, I just did find out that Rufus Shinra is Saruf, so don't take that Sephiroth is Saruf theory too seriously. But since I uploaded, I will take the L for that video. I'll take responsibility for that video, so, you know, so don't worry about that. But, you know, we're going to see, maybe we'll actually see Rufus and Wutai as Saruf, as a discuss. And it could be possible that Saruf was in plain hiding, because, you know, during the years of what happened in Remake, before President Shenmue's untimely death, we didn't see Rufus or hear from Rufus or even hear about it until his father, you know, got killed by Genovaroth. So, you know, it could be possible that he stayed in Wutai for all that time. And probably he's the one who sent Yuppie to the mission to go steal the Magnus materia, that or special materia that she thought was in the weapons development. And we all know how the Yuffie DLC played. Someone dies by one of Deep Ground's top soldiers, the younger brother of Weiss, Nero the Sable. So maybe we could see some backstory with Glenn. Maybe, since Glenn's no longer around, maybe his comrades are around. Maybe Matt and whoever the girl is, I think it's Lena or something like that, are still around. So we're probably going to get some backstory to... Or maybe Sephiroth will still play Glenn. And, you know, play Glenn like he did with Rufus. So we might think Glenn is still alive. He may just play the part just to keep up appearances, or to distract Cloud, or something. I don't know. We still don't know Sephiroth's plan, but maybe Sephiroth will still keep up appearances as Glenn. Until, you know, they eventually find out that Glenn has died a long time ago. and we probably. I think that's probably my theory is. I think after Midel, first we'll go to the Northern Cave like we did before. Cloud will give the black materia to Sephiroth. Weapons will come out. I think before we go to Midgar this time, we'll go to Midel. Cloud will fall into the Mako pit, and I think this time after the Mako pit, after that arc, Cloud figures out he's not Zack, and he is basically Cloud, who was the infantryman, not the first class soldier he thought he was this time. Well, and like I said, maybe that's when Zack will show up as well. Who knows? But with that being said, Wutai will be right after that. Since it'll be a big arc, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 2-chapter arc for Wutai, since now the Wutai War is kicking off as planned. So, I still think we're going to go Junon, and sure, Rufus Shimmer's going to probably get us executed, especially after what Yuffie has done. You know, thanks, Yuffie! So, Wutai's going to be a big part. It's going to be a huge part. It's going to be at least a 3 or 2 chapter part. And you'll have the whole entire party. I think there will be relationship development between Sid, Vincent, with Cloud, like it was with your other parties, so you could unlock other, combination attacks like you could before, but with those two. But I think they'll probably put more of those two on the map since we've been through every character development with the other characters. So, and I think Vincent's gonna play a huge role into this as well. And you see Yuffie being a big part of Durcus Cerberus. It makes sense for Vincent to be a huge part of the Wutai arc that's going on in part 3, but Wutai will be afterwards. And then after Wutai, my other theory is then we go to Midgar, fight Hojo, and then we go find Sephiroth and fight Sephiroth in the final battle. And that's pretty much where my predictions end. May the crystal be with you. Like and subscribe, do all that good stuff.